Cool War II. Ruiz from your grave. Unzip Cool War II. Ruiz from your grave.7zip. Extracting 232 files. Extracted. Delete Cool War II. Ruiz from your grave.7zip. Deleting. Deleted. Dir. 1. Cool War II. Death and Rebirth. Ruiz madly clutched at his chest, eyes wide, floating in a featureless void, panting, shivering, cold, cold, cold. Ruiz was damned cold, colder than cool should hence beget, as though his eyes would swell from the expansion of ice inside and rupture his optics entirely, as though his blood in his veins would superheat and fill the world with red mist, as though a single knock would collapse him from his existential triple point and collapse him into a mystery state. As though he'd died. He glanced at his wrist and saw nothing but his bare arm, hairs raised and bumped with goose pimples. No watch, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Damn it all to hell. But then, that's not where he'd ended up. Ruiz reached out into the void and felt moo. Endless, glorious, chaotic, silent, blackened, blinding moo. Welcome to paradise. Nothings upon nothings. Ruiz turned his head to see himself, older and graying. Howdy. I am the light that flashes before your eyes when you go. Please, no flesh photography. I am your final death, in a million aeons and at the start of time, and I'll guide you to the next set and setting. Where are we? There's no we here, nor where, nor even are, or tense, or anchoring. It's just us. It's just you. Welcome to the most dismal of afterlives, a semantic untethering to your own little corner of Meonong's jungle, occupied only by the person you hate the most. Me, you, and the rest of them. The freshly culled Ruiz pondered, watching his parallel selves pop in and out of death in the distance. I thought I'd warrant hell. Oh gosh, no. You weren't evil or cruel, though you sure as shit weren't kind. You were a creature of pure reactionary impetus. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and so the end of you is more of you. Funny, no? Wait, how did I die? The ending is a haze. Suicide by shower. Worst way to go. Won't be the last, though. You've many more deaths ahead of you yet, and behind you, insofar as forwards and backwards and futures and pasts have tenses. No, you're just here to float until your resurrection. That's a nice turn of phrase. Thanks. A translational ready-made of my own volition. So what's the return trip, then? Immortality through works and consequent reincarnation, or... Now, see, you were to ride out here of an arc words, but Dark hijacked them. Iris, you'll meet her later, accept an alternate Dark, from another timeline, that leveraged the existing semantic framework for cheap power. I guess the words were too obvious, so we'll have to switch boats. She doesn't realize that she's heading to the unmoo of screaming silences. Ruiz and Ruiz glanced around at the world that felt like nothing because nothing was what it was. A good thing you didn't end up there, amongst the wolves and serpents. So, how do I get back? Oh, that's Pico this time, actually. Well, actually, Overgang by commission? Turns out he sussed out soul work from first principles. Overgang Dude maneuvered the penny deftly betwixt his fingers. Pico Wilson stood proud but gaunt in the barn, covered in sawdust, having long since taken up carpentry in the tradition of a butcher. If it helps, envision wood chips as chunky vegetal viscera. Overgang sighed. So you're gonna make Ruiz into a Pinocchio? The detailed but unpainted wooden simulacra of Ruiz Deschamps was suspended from the roof, dangling from the neck as though hanged by noose. Broadly speaking, yes. The animistic mechanism worked with your trump souls, at least. Pico gestured at the smoldering orange kindling in the corner and continued. Look, I know you and the Bohemia Squad and the van are keen to, I don't know, help Miss Frizzle track down Carmen Sandiego or whatever the fuck it is you do on your off days. I have the cash, you have the soul-grabbing mitts, make with the semantic antics, and let's bring my brother back from the grave. Overgang counted the bills in the stack, then counted the stacks in the briefcase. How did you end up this rich? Turns out people love paying me to give them wood. Pico winked and smirked a half-open grin. Blood dripped from the corner of his mouth. He coughed and wiped it away. In honesty, bespoke furniture manufacture is surprisingly lucrative. Cut me down, shithead! Sorry, brother. My snipping days are behind me. Of late, I tend to whittle. Prattle's more like it, douchebag! End of file.